rest of our show, we are kicking off the celebration here in Kansas City Schools for Black History Month, which is celebrated during the month of February, from programs to lessons to everything done in the classrooms. Bulletin boards, anywhere you look, you see. And we are joined by Sandy Womack, who's the Director of Pupil Personnel for Kansas City Schools. And first of all, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, thanks, Elaine. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it.
Great to have you here. Well, we kind of kicked off in Kansas City with it was called the Black Tie Affair, and that happened last Friday. Tell us a little bit about what that was and how it went.
Last Friday, they had an event to celebrate the achievements of several African-American males here in the district, from the middle school level to the high school level. I think it was Yvonne Parks and Dr. Geneva Parker, along with CPA, who organized the event. Very well attended. There were, I would say, upwards of 200 plus parents as well as students there at the Canton Negro Old Timers. And what they did were recognize the students who had above a 3.5 GPA. And there were anywhere from 20 to 25 young men who were recognized from Timpkin, McKinley, every middle school we had in the city, and it was just pleasing to recognize the students for their academic achievements as opposed to, you know, the constant emphasis that we put on in the city of Canton of athletics.
Sure.
And it was well attended. It was a great event. Everybody was well dressed. The food was exceptional, and I think the students really recognized it or really appreciated it as well too.
I think so too.
How'd that work out? I heard there was like take a student with, so it was like an adult paired with a student. And did that seem, you think maybe that made a little, some kind of message to the students that, hey, we're really concerned about you and we want to expose you to some good things, and rather than just knocking heads all the time in the building, maybe do something in the evening with a student that, you know, shows a little bit more of the side of a person rather than just being the teacher or administrator?
Well, I think that worked out extremely well because you partnered adults with kids, and that brought a lot of people to the event. You know, some students had as many as 14 or 15 family members there to see them recognized.
Wonderful.
You know, and all of the students were well dressed. You know, you can see they had on their After Five Fair attire, and it worked out well. And Kim Bruner, who's a teacher here in Kansas City Schools, did an exceptional job with his speech, especially talking about his experience coming through foster care and other things that went on that a lot of students probably had no idea about. And I guess it's true, you know, it's never how you start, it's how you finish.
Absolutely.
And he was exceptional as a speaker. We brought Mr. Russell out of retirement to MC the program.
Wonderful.
So he did an exceptional job. And it was just a really good event, and I was glad to see that they took the time, effort, and energy to put it together to recognize the students for the things that they do academically, especially some of the students who've overcome some serious situations and undesirable circumstances, and to see, you know, what they're doing irregardless of the situation.
Well, maybe that'll be an annual event.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I really hope so.
Okay, so that was last week, and now we're kind of looking to February already. It seems like full school days back up to speed, and there's a lot of events that are going on in the district, both during the day and in the evening time. Maybe you can run down a few of those.
Yeah, we got some information from the elementary schools in regards to what's going on. Quite a few of our elementary schools have morning announcements, and the teachers incorporate African American history into their daily assignments. But here's some of the events that I'm aware of right now. We know that Schreiber Elementary School on February the 16th will be having their Wax Museum of African Americans. That will take place at 1:15, and that's for the intermediate grades. Compton Elementary School will be doing they will be researching inventors who are African American. Then they're having a play also. It's called "What Would Happen If the World in This World Without African Americans." You have to call Dr. Green at Compton Elementary to find out exactly which date, but I'm certain that'll be an exceptional play. Canton Arts Academy talks about famous African Americans of the 21st century, and they will be doing essays and art contests. Summit Elementary School on February 27th for their grades 4 and 5. We'll be having an assembly at 1:15, and they have to choose a famous African American and write a report on it, and that will be taking place on the 27th. McGregor's having an essay contest as well, and there'll be an assembly for their winners, famous African Americans. Fairmont is having an event at 6 p.m. in the evening on February the 15th, and I guess this will be their 6th annual African American History program. And then Sowers Middle School, sponsored by Donna Trammell, is having a Bringing the Villages Together program, which will be taking place at 6 p.m. on February the 13th. And I'm just expecting that to be an exceptional event because I've had a chance to see some of the students perform, and I think they're going to do a great job with that.
Yeah, we've had her on Lois's show just a few weeks ago.
Sure. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about, I know that at the Martin Luther King Jr. Day celebration, and I'm not sure if you were there, but she has a dance troupe, or is it a performance group that performs, and they are part of this Sowers celebration. Tell us a little bit about what what they do? And
well, it should be an interactive event. You have students who will be representing several African Americans who made significant contributions to America, and they'll be playing those roles, but it'll be entertaining, it'll be dance, it'll be acting, and she's been working on this since I would say probably October.
Okay.
So the kids are well prepared, well trained, and representing specific African Americans. For example, Dr. Daniel Hill Williams, who did first successful open heart surgery, he'll be represented. I think Madam C.J. Walker, first self-made woman millionaire in the United States, will be recognized. And quite a few people that I think will surprise you when you find out all the contributions that African Americans have made here to this country. You know, we spend so much time on slavery and segregation that we don't recognize that, you know, the air conditioner, the refrigerator, the two-cylinder engine, the stoplight, the gas mask. You know, it'd be very difficult to function in the United States of America without the contributions of African Americans. So I'm glad that she's taking advantage of this to recognize those students and having the students participate in it as well.
It's a great show. If you can't come to any of them, come to the one over at Sowers, because I've seen those students perform before, and it's very powerful the way they shout out and the way they you know, they kind of march in place and that type of thing. We've had them on previous shows. Lois had them on a while ago, but definitely come out to Sowers and catch that.
Oh yeah, no
it's
doubt.
real
And that's
powerful.
February the 13th, 6 p.m.
And from what I understand, that program is unique because it's entitled Bring the Villages Together, and it really is a compilation of all 4 middle schools, if I'm not mistaken.
Right,
Sorry.
all of the middle schools are participating in this. It just happens to be held at Sowers, but that's all the middle schools.
So it's a great opportunity for you to get to see our kids in action and to learn a lot while you're at it.
Right, right. We got about 3 minutes left, they're telling me, and part of the crew's leaving because the bell just rang. But any other activities, Sandy, that...
Those are the activities that I'm aware of at this point. And those are just the information that we got from the elementary schools at this point. The high schools may be having activities. I'm unaware of those activities at this point. But it's just good that they're taking advantage of, you know, our district is changing in regards to our student population. If you count multiracial and with African Americans, you have about a 48% minority student population here in Canton. And so the demographics of our students is changing, and as a result of it, I'm glad we're trying to be inclusive of the contributions, not only just, you know, this month, which is African American History Month, but throughout the year, because you know, their contributions that African Americans have made in every area of the curriculum, from mathematics and Benjamin Banneker and the things he did with the blueprint from Washington, D.C. and the first working clock here and his almanac, to you know, inventors from Lewis Latimer and the carbon filament that actually makes the light bulb work. You know, it wouldn't work without the things that Lewis Latimer did. So I'm just glad to see that we're trying to incorporate that into all the areas of curriculum. Unfortunately, it's not showing up on the Ohio graduation test or the Ohio achievement test, but at the same time, it gives you a positive sense of self.
But you know what? That's American history as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if it will be there. You know, in time or soon, I would hope.
Yeah, I hope so. You know, we've been talking about Pluto as a planet forever. Now they're saying that Pluto shouldn't be recognized, and then, you know, we talk about Columbus discovering America, and then we find out, you know, there are already people here and there are other people who come to this country beforehand. So one thing I found out about facts is, you know, the facts change sometimes, but the truth stays the same. So if we start incorporating the truth into some of our curriculum, then I think that, you know, we'll see a lot more people incorporated into our English books, our mathematics books, our social studies books, our writing curriculum, and then I think things will start to change because we are really a melting pot, and we have to be able to celebrate the diversity that we have as a community.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I can't think of a better way for us to have started this month off by celebrating our own African American history here in Canton City and celebrating the academic success of our students here in Canton City who have really are doing what they need to do.
Exceptional event. I hope that we continue to do that each and every year because those young men needed it, and I think it's motivational, and hopefully it'll inspire some of the other students, you know, to beat some of the stereotypes that we see so often, just to see that their peers are actually, you know, it's cool to be smart.
That's right.
You know?
Absolutely.
And it holds that to a new standard, and it holds being smart to a new standard, and you're right. We need more role models like that.
Well, in the long run, this education is the best hustle out there. You know, I mean, you can take it with you anywhere you want to, from California to New York. It's in your head. And when you have students who are achieving academically, it's basically the blueprint. Education and income in the United States go hand in hand, not by accident, but by design. So to continue to promote education within the community.
And I guess